So it was Albert Einstein who said imagination is everything. It is the preview of life's coming attractions. Imagination. What we see in our head will reflect into our reality. The beliefs we have, the thoughts we have will reflect into our reality. So like I was saying, everything is energy, right? So that, I mean, your house is energy, your car is energy, money is energy, and you and me, we are energy. So by vibrating at the certain frequency of where money is, we'll attract money. Vibrating at the frequency of a nice house will attract it. If me and you start vibrating at the same frequency, we'll attract each other in some way. We've probably already attracted each other because you're watching this video. We've been vibing at the same wavelength. That's how this reality works. And when Albert Einstein said, imagination is everything, it's a preview of life's coming attractions, because what we think about will reflect in our reality, because our thoughts are that vibration. Okay? So if we're thinking of our life as it is now, like this is my life, this is how it is, I got my 9-to-5 job, I got my dog, I got my cat, I got my, whatever, I got this stress in my life, that stress in my life. If we see that as our life, that is our life. That is the upcoming attraction. It's our life now and it's our life in the future, because that is where our vibrational frequency is at. That is where our imagination is at. That is where our thoughts are at. Now we have the ability to modify that, okay? We have the ability to, again, match up to the reality that we want. So if we want a reality where, maybe we're thriving in a really great business, maybe we have a wonderful spouse or husband, wife, girlfriend, boyfriend, maybe there's a reality that you want where you just have more freedom in general, whatever your situation is. If you have the ability to imagine that, you have the ability to live it. And so the idea to match up to that reality that you want is to picture it in your mind, imagination's everything, and start acting that way now. Okay, so for instance, if we said, hey, like I have a lot of social anxiety, I have trouble talking to people, I want to get more confident. The reason we still have a lot of social anxiety and we're not really confident is because that's the label we've placed on ourselves. That's what our imagination, what we see of ourselves. So that continues to be who we are. But now we can change that. Understanding this, we can change that. And so we can start saying, no, I am confident now. I am the most confident person in the entire world. Okay, I'm more confident than anybody I know, anybody I've seen in the news, anybody I've seen a celebrity. Okay, I'm a badass, I'm a powerhouse. I don't care what anybody else thinks. I'm that confident, I ooze with it. I can get up in front of 1 million people and give a speech like that with ease. Those are the thoughts we can start having. And those thoughts will then start reflecting in our reality. That will start being true. When we start following through, that is raising our vibration through the thoughts we think. Okay, thoughts are energy, we are energy. When we get our thoughts up to that more confident level, match up to what we want, it'll start becoming our reality. The other thing you can do, which makes this even more powerful, is take action as if you're already in that reality you wish to attract. So again, if you're feeling that social anxiety, that lack of confidence, you can say those kind of little affirmative statements to yourself, start changing your thoughts so they start turning into beliefs. And then you can also take action as if you're in that reality already. So go to social events, talk to people, okay? Get yourself out there, act in that confident state. It's almost like the act as if. I'm gonna act as if I'm already the most confident person in the world. And then when situations come up where maybe you'll feel a negative emotion, maybe you're in a social group talking, or in a little group of people talking, and you start feeling some anxiety, you can tell yourself, what would the most confident person in the world do right now? How would they do? How would they act? And I'm gonna act like that. Okay, no, they'd be confident, they wouldn't be feeling this way. So you can take a breath and stand your ground and become that person. You can do this in every aspect of your life with whatever it is you want. Become the person, become that reality in which you want to have, and you'll start vibrating at that frequency of that reality of who you are, of the things you want, and then the stuff you want, that reality, that person you want, will come into your life. You will become it. That reality will happen because you've matched up to the vibration. And this is very powerful. Even you can prove this like with just your brain in general. If you want to study like neurologists and stuff like that, I watch a lot of Dr. Joe Dispenza, who studies the brain and things like that. And he's even said, like, when it comes to situations like this where you want to be someone different, your brain, if you start acting the way you want to be before you're there, your brain will actually start firing certain neurons. It will start to repattern and shape into that person that you want to be. It will start creating the behaviors to become that person that you wish to be, just by telling yourself that you're that already, telling yourself this is who I am, and then acting in this way now, regardless of if your emotions are on your side quite yet. Telling yourself, if I'm the most confident person in the world, what would they say right now? What would they do right now? What would be the case in doing that? There's so much power in that. There's so much power in that. I used to do that too. I still do that now. This works for like a psychological standpoint as well. Like if you're, maybe you're having like an argument or something with your significant other, and they say something to you and you want to do that like compulsive behavior and fire back at them and do something, you stop yourself and you say, no, the person I am is calm, is cool and collected. I'm not somebody who acts out on rage or anger. So how would somebody who's cool, calm, and collected, how would they react in this moment? Even if I'm feeling like I want to do this, no, I'm going to react as if I'm that person, that cool, calm, and collected person. And so you respond accordingly. Hey, no, it's all, I don't want to argue right now. Let's, I apologize, whatever it is, whatever that case is, but just kind of cool it down. I love you. Let's not go there. Whatever appropriate response that would be, you're able to do that. And I'll do that sometimes, like when I'm running. I like to run, but some days I start like, I don't really want to run today. The weather's not very good. And so I put myself in that situation and say, you know what? I am a runner. I love to run. I'm somebody who runs marathons and all these things, which is the truth. So I have to like channel that sometimes and say, no, I love to run. Someone who just loves running, who's very into running, who does marathons, who does those things, what would they say right now in this case? What would they do? They'd say, this is my moment. Running makes me feel great. Running is freedom for me. It's a breath of fresh air. I embrace every moment I get to run. I look forward to it. And so when I start realizing that, it gives me the inspiration to run. And so I do it. I match up to that frequency of what I want, and it comes to me. So this is very, very powerful. It can be used again in every aspect of your life, psychologically, through just, talking in general to people or becoming who you want to be in that moment. Again, through things like social anxieties, confidence, things like that. Through things like, I want to be the richest person in the world, and match up to the frequency of that, whatever that is. And you can actually become it through that. It's a very, very powerful, being able to utilize the powers of the universe, utilize the idea that we are all energy, and through our thoughts and through our actions, match up to that energy frequency of the reality that we want, of the person we want to be, and become that.